Hi, I'm Mark from eReplacementParts.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix a snowblower carburetor. The carburetor is responsible for most hard starting or poor running conditions with your outdoor power equipment. Most snowblower carburetor issues are caused by fuel left sitting in the carburetor for an extended period of time, such as over the summer. The fuel left in the carb will become stale, separate, and cause varnish or gumming up on the carburetor's internal components. This has become more of an issue over the last several years as fuel manufacturers add more and more ethanol to our gasoline. The ethanol attracts water, which then forms an acid, causing corrosion. Fortunately, most carb problems can be fixed by rebuilding the carburetor. We are going to show you how to do that in this video. We'll get started by first removing the carburetor from the snowblower. Your carburetor may be a little different from mine, but most of these steps can be used as a guideline for removing your carburetor. Now I'll clamp off and remove the fuel line. And now remove the primer line. And now I can remove the carburetor from the snowblower. Now remove this backing plate and the governor spring from the carburetor. This is just being held in place right now by the gasket, so I'll just peel it away. The two gaskets are still stuck to the carburetor. I'm going to peel these off of the carburetor. If you get any tearing on these gaskets, you'll want to replace them, or if they seem hard and brittle. Now I'm going to use a little bit of carburetor cleaner to spray the outside portion of the carb. This will just get any dirt that's on the outside of the carb off before we take it apart, so we don't transfer it to the internal components of the carburetor. Now remove the carburetor bowl, and I'm going to do this over a container to catch any gas that might still be in that bowl. With the bowl removed, now I can disassemble the internal components of the carburetor. We'll start with the float and metering needle. The float's held in place with a hinge pin. I'm just going to pull that out with a pair of pliers. Then I can pull the float and the metering needle away from the carburetor. Now I can go ahead and remove the main jet. It's threaded into this tube on the base of the carburetor. With the main jet removed, now I have access to the nozzle, or sometimes called the emulsion tube. That's down inside of this neck. To remove it, I'll insert a screwdriver through the carburetor's venturi and push it out. And now I'll use a pick to remove the bowl O-ring. I want to show you two different methods to clean your carburetor. First, I will show you how to use carburetor cleaner to clean your carb. Then we will take a look at an ultrasonic cleaner. Regardless of which method you use, make sure that you never stick anything made of metal into any of the carburetor's passages. The metal can easily damage the tiny precise openings in the carb. However, it is okay to use something soft like fishing line to clean the passages and nozzles. First, we'll take a look at using carburetor cleaner to clean your carb. With this method, I want to spray all the tiny openings and passages within the carburetor, as well as the venturi opening. I'll also use the cleaner to clean off the emulsion tube and the main jet. And the bowl. My preferred method to clean a carburetor is the ultrasonic cleaner. The ultrasonic simply uses water and dish soap for cleaning. Many models will heat the water, which greatly improves the cleaning efficiency. The ultrasonic cleaner will clean the tiny internal passages in a carburetor better than other methods. You can find an ultrasonic cleaner for under $100 at many discount tool stores. The ultrasonic is really very easy to use. I just drop the pieces that I want to clean into the water. I've had the water heating for a while now, so it's good and hot. So now I just need to set the amount of time I want to clean for and turn it on. I've run a couple of cleaning cycles in my ultrasonic, so now I know everything is good and clean. I'll just remove the parts and use some compressed air to dry them off. With everything clean, now we can begin reassembling the carburetor. I'll start with the emulsion tube, followed by the main jet. Now I'll reassemble the float and metering needle. To clean the metering needle, I'll spray a little carb cleaner onto a rag and then just wipe the needle off. Now I'll place the metering needle onto the float, and now I can place this assembly back into the carburetor body and secure it with the hinge pin. I'll replace the old bowl gasket with a new one. Now I'll replace the bowl and secure it with the bowl screw. I'm also going to replace the washer on the bowl screw. Now I'll reattach the governor spring to the throttle lever. And I'll place the mounting bolts through the holes in the gasket. Now I'll thread the mounting bolts through the holes in the carburetor and through the backside gasket. And then the governor spring plate. Now I'll reattach the throttle linkage and secure the carburetor back to the engine. Next I'll replace our primer hose and the fuel line. And we'll wrap this repair up by replacing the shroud. And that's how easy it is to fix a snowblower carburetor. Knowing how to do this repair yourself will save you a lot of money versus taking your snowblower to a repair shop. And it ensures that when the snow flies, you'll be able to get your snowblower started. We hope you found this video helpful. Please feel free to leave a comment or ask us a question.